Kaporos is an annual ritual animal sacrifice whereby members of the ultra-Orthodox community say a prayer to transfer their sins to a chicken, and then when they kill the chicken, their sins allegedly die with the chicken.
We are before Yom Kippur. This is our religion. This is what we believe in. You can't judge.
This tradition isn't a justification to rape individuals, to bring them into existence, enslave them in these crates, and then murder them by slitting their throats.
Little baby rescued from Kaporos. Now you get to live your life all happy and stuff. Oh! Don't peck my camera, please. Oh my god. Checking the material. They poop a lot, don't they? Hi! Oh, you're so soft. You're so soft. Playing in the pumpkin patch, hanging out, chilling, eating some watermelon. It's the life, right? It's the cutest scene ever. Just like a chicken playing in a pumpkin patch. Listen to that sound. It's amazing. Bloop, 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 bloop. It's such a beautiful sound that you make, little girl.
Sweetie pie.
Oh, hello. Oh my god, just smacking it against the ground.
When the pumpkin, I'm gonna try to give her some.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, is your mic okay?
Yeah.
Dang.
It was funny. We ended up saving like 500 chickens, and one of them is right behind us. Amazing, right? It's so cool just to see her like happy and, you know, eating tomatoes and chilling, like literally chilling in the backyard. How do you feel about it?
I think that all animals need their liberation, and if there's an opportunity for that to happen, that we should always take it. And so I'm glad that she's living liberated and free and not being abused anymore, no longer abused.
It was very hard to see all those chickens crammed into those crates, like suffering, and you know, we couldn't really do a whole lot about it, and it was really difficult. How did, like, after you got home, like, how did you feel? Like I know I was like super, I just got home and I was speechless, like just in shock basically, like I had no words. Did you have like a similar experience?
Well, you know, when you go and you actually witness these animals, obviously these animals have voices, but you hear them firsthand. And it gives you that incentive to never stop amplifying their voices until they're not being abused anymore. And so that's just the priority for me, is just to keep on amplifying their voices until they're all liberated. And yeah, basically going to these events, and I know
saving as many animals as you can.
Yeah. And just like being unapologetic about it and sticking to the facts about why it's immoral to strip away their rights and just condemning it.
Have you been to any Kaporos previous years?
No, this was my first year actually going to witness this event.
Same here.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many events there were just going on street by street the first day.
There was like just sites everywhere, like just one after another. Like I went to like 10 myself, and like, how many days did you actually like go this past week?
I went 3 days. I went on Saturday, which was the day that I rescued her or him.
Yeah, that was the most intense.
Yeah.
That was like, because we saw the slaughtering and stuff. My camera equipment was like, had blood splattered all over it, like my face. I had blood on my arms and stuff. Did you like go up to, you like saw them slaughtering the animals and stuff?
Yeah, I went up to the barricade and they were just slitting these animals' throats, and each animal resists death. And so I know this specific group that was there didn't want us to really engage with the people, but I kind of disregarded that.
You did that anyways because you felt compelled to.
Yeah, because I feel throughout society, we have to not be silent. We can't be apologetic. And I know there's certain, they were saying that there was like a strategy behind it, but, I have my own like debacle with that, can be discussed. But I just think that anytime there's something going on to another individual, that you shouldn't ever just watch it happen.
Just be silent. You shouldn't be silent.
Yeah, because then those individuals are going to make a mockery of the fact that we're there and of what they're doing. And just in history, you have to articulate what's just. You can't, let people just keep acting this way and expect to not receive that that backlash for what they're doing that's immoral. And so I kept highlighting the fact that these chickens resist death because, according to them in their religion, that, it's like animals are here for us to be used, and the animal wants to participate in this even though they don't. But if that was the case, then why do these animals resist death? Why do they resist dying? It's because they're alive, they're sentient beings, and they're not stupid, and they know that when there's a knife and blood around them and they can hear the screams of others, that they're witnessing what's going on and they don't want to die. And so it's unjustified to murder these living beings, and I don't think that we should be silent in the midst of these type of behaviors. We should never just, worry about offending, or I know they didn't want us to use any slave or Holocaust comparisons. I think that's insulting to the animals because they are going through a Holocaust. They are enslaved, and those definitions aren't particular to a specific person or group.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand what that was about.
Like, why would an all-compassionate, loving God create these creatures to, feel pain, suffer, if their purpose was to just, have their throats slit open?
Yeah, like, why wouldn't he make them like these pumpkins?
Yeah.
Like,
why wouldn't he
be a living, breathing being?
Exactly. Yeah. So you're taking him to a sanctuary?
It's like a home sanctuary. Like, I don't know if I can say the location now until they're already there. I can disclose it.
Yep.
But they're gonna be with friends. They're gonna have other individuals to live with that are all free. None of them are enslaved anymore because they have inherent rights as well and liberties. They have desires to be free.
Yeah.
And so to strip that away from them is unjust and it's abusive. So I'm glad that Chicken and her friends are going to be free.
Such a stark contrast from what it was to what it's going to be now, right? Like, activists went in and saved like over 500 of these chickens, and now they get to live their lives, eat food, like chill in the sun, hang out in the backyard, like why wouldn't you want that? Like,
why would you abuse animals?
Exactly. It's like it's the difference between like life and death, enslavement and freedom.
Yeah, facts. So whenever I hold her, she likes to make sure she's either standing on me or she has some kind of good position on me when I pick her up so she doesn't like freak out. And so when I saw those losers like grabbing the chickens in such I was like, what the heck? Like, they have such disregard for these animals as living beings. They treat them like objects. Yeah. And they all say they're against animal abuse. I was talking to this one guy, he's like, of course I'm against animal abuse, while he's like, there's chickens and crates in front of him.
Yeah. I was talking to several people like that as well.
Yeah, and it's like when they say that, they're not even being ironic. Like, they're actually saying it as if they believe it. Like, oh, I'm against animal abuse, but when you
they don't see it as that for some reason.
And then when you point out everything that they're doing, you get some of them that will stop in their tracks, start thinking. But that's such a key reason why you should speak up, because you're never gonna rid individuals of their cognitive dissonance and their abusive actions if you don't say anything and you don't condemn what they're doing. And as well as I heard that specific tradition using chickens isn't even in their the Torah. So
they don't have to do it that way.
Yeah. So they should definitely articulate that to these individuals, because religion is no justification to violate another individual. So I don't think that we should be silent or not say anything. So
Yeah. And just to be clear, like, obviously this isn't widely practiced in Judaism or anything like that. It's a
No.
very small.
it's a small percentage of
Right.
in the Orthodox Jewish community that takes practice within using chickens in the ritual.
Yeah.
A lot of them use coins or money, and they say that the reason why they started using chickens is because they were able to kind of, the interpretation in the book said human, but they also interpreted it as chicken, so they wouldn't have to, it would be cheaper for them to just sell chickens and make money that way. And so they kind of did that with the economic incentive of
Because it's
gaining money.
cheaper.
Yeah, instead of just donating all their money to charity, they'll sell the chickens, get a lot of money, donate some of that to charity, and they make profit from this whole thing. So that's another reason why they kind of, use chickens, and that's started that way. A lot of the individuals also think that the chickens get donated to the poor. That's not necessarily true. A lot of them get donated to these waste plants to make their bodies into biodiesel. And some people may see that as respectful, but I think that if you murder someone, it doesn't make a difference whether you use every part of them or not. I think that it's disturbing.
It's super disturbing.
Yeah, to say, well, I killed someone, so I'm going to utilize every part of them. Like, I don't remember doing that to anyone that I know that's passed away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except people are indoctrinated to think this way, but that's why we should speak out, because, you're never going to create that shift in society if you just be silent and gentle about everything. So
Can you tell us, like, what happened, like, when you rescued her?
yeah, so
Just, like, how did you do it? And
yeah, so I went to the action that was during the day. It was like 12:30 p.m. and they were still telling. That's why I was confused, because they were telling us that we couldn't really be unapologetic and things like that, because it would risk the rescues that they had. But that was the reason why I was so confused, because they emphasized on that so hard, especially on that location. Like, they did a speech before and after the whole thing. And I was so confused as to why they were emphasizing on this so hard, because later on, I stayed in Brooklyn, and I was with another activist, and we were getting food, and it was kind of getting dark and late. And I said, why don't we go back to that spot, because if there's no one there, then maybe we can liberate a bird. And
it was way later in the night.
yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
And it's around 1 in the morning probably.
Wow.
It's late. And so we go to the street. I'm walking the street, remember where it was, and I see there's no one on the streets. It's like a ghost town.
Yeah.
There's no one there. And I just see the lights of the building and the tent that they had the chickens in, and it looks like there was no one there. So I looked in I had a hoodie on and a black mask on. And so I was looking in between the gate and the door to see if anyone was in there. It didn't look like anyone was in there, but I saw birds in there, so I knew that I had to check the front of the door. So I was holding all the bags, and then the other activist I was with, he went and checked, and he said no one was there. So I was like, all right, hold this, right? And we both go in. I go in, and then he follows in with me, and I just see this crate in front of me, and I just see all these birds in here, and I'm just oh my god, if obviously I'm gonna have a car by next year, I want to get a van, because for situations like that.
Yeah.
So I'm oh fuck, I wish I had a vehicle, a big vehicle. And
Did you have a car at all, or
No,
your friend's
and-
car or something?
no, and my phone was dead too, so I was
Oh.
fuck, I should have called someone,
Wow.
yo, come here. But I was opening the crate, and I'm just if I don't open this, there's no one coming out, you know what I mean? So I just ripped that thing open.
Yeah.
And at that point I only had the capacity to take a bird, and so if I had a truck, I would have just been taking crates.
You were
in the car.
yeah. Would you really have done that?
I would have just like figured it out because I'm
Yeah.
just like I would either try to figure it out and have to adopt some on my own because I'm thinking, you know, if I would be able to get hundreds of birds, like that would be insane. But I would figure something out. But that's why I was confused as to why they wanted us to like pander a little because I didn't see how that would affect a rescue that wasn't planned out. You know, I'm not here for like a circle jerk, I say, because it's like, you know, I'm here like for these animals, and so if someone's gonna tell me to like not speak up, I just continue because I'm just like, you know, I'm not here for you, you know, I'm not here for the group, I'm not here to be liked, I'm here for these animals, and so that's the priority that I have. So yeah,
that's a really great perspective. I appreciate that.
yeah. Tea.
Tea. Is there anything else you want to add or say? Anything?
Not anything specifically. I mean, I appreciate you coming over and taking the time to get all the details about what happened during Kaporos and highlight an individual who was liberated, as well as documenting everything to expose what happens to them. And so, you know, that as, you know, as activists, I feel like we also have a moral obligation, a principle to do for these animals, because if no one else is doing it, then we're kind of just like enabling it. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of our duty to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because who else is gonna do it? Who are we waiting for if not us? Right?
Yeah, facts.
Facts.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, got a little itch.
She always runs and then she goes like there all the time. This is just chicken when she was running.